All right, good morning. It's Tuesday morning, January the 20th, and I just have to shake my head as I'm looking at a lot of the overnight data. The storm that's coming this weekend is just going to be a major winter storm. There's no other way to put it. I don't normally say it, and that's because when it's going to happen, I want you to trust what we're saying here at the Arkansas Weather Network. There's going to be a zone of very heavy snow. I think there's going to be a zone of very heavy ice. I think there's going to be a zone of very heavy sleet. Let's go ahead and look at the latest model data from this morning. That light rain Wednesday, very inconsequential. Precipitation could begin as early as late Friday morning. I think this is just a touch, maybe too early, but you get the idea. And this is just a good snapshot of what we're expecting. There's going to be a zone of snow. There's going to be a zone of freezing rain and sleet. Figuring out where exactly that is determines your total frozen precipitation amount. You see temperatures are well below freezing, and that means we're really going to be experiencing travel difficulties and all the things that come with the major winter storm. The morning data today has that freezing rain sleet line just south of Little Rock and just south of Mena and following I-40. That's not to say areas like Arkadelphia and Pine Bluff won't get some snow. I think they will. Same with Camden and Monticello. But the concern is there for some ice all across South Arkansas, and the duration of this storm continues well into Saturday. I want to show you total liquid amounts. The National Blend of Models has 1 to 3 inches of liquid across central and south Arkansas, with the most of that falling in South Arkansas. Of course, you don't need as much water to convert it to snow to get heavy snowfall amounts. So even looking in North Arkansas, half to 1 inch totals, that's a lot of snow. But down in central and south Arkansas, the precipitation amounts are so heavy, this would be noteworthy. If it was a rainfall event, this would be like having a heavy rainfall event, except what we're talking about is everything is snow. So I want to show you just the footprint of the National Blend of Models. It's a pretty conservative model when you're 4 days out. It doesn't show heavy snow totals. It's painting 4 inches across a large part of central and north Arkansas, and I think that's a good starting point, a good floor, a good realistic expectation. However, if liquid amounts continue to look this heavy, there are going to be some higher totals, much higher totals. Another thing that we're concerned about, this is National Blend of Models freezing rain accumulation. And it's showing heavy ice amounts in south and even parts of central Arkansas, though I think in central Arkansas we're at a greater risk for sleet than going to snow. But in south Arkansas, the potential is there for ice. And whether it's heavy sleet or heavy snow or heavy ice, I expect that we're going to have some power disruptions because winds are going to be from 20 to 30 miles per hour Friday night into Saturday. And those power disruptions will be most likely in south Arkansas, where freezing rain may occur for at least a little while. The other big story is the cold air. We're going to go below freezing on Friday. We're going to stay there probably through Monday. High temperatures on Saturday are likely going to stay in the teens. That could be one of the coldest January days that we have experienced in a very, very long time. You don't see cold like this too often. You don't see a winter storm like this too often. There's the 10-day temperature trend. It's likely that we're going to experience travel difficulties into early next week. There's the probability of 6+ inches of snow. You see those probabilities increasing across central and north Arkansas. There is the Euro Ensemble freezing rain accumulation. You see the mean is going over an inch in south Arkansas. Now, so I don't want to just say we're getting an inch of ice. Some of it could be sleet, but this is just kind of giving you a window into the type of amounts that we could be experiencing. Doesn't matter what you look at, GEFS, GFS, Euro, it's all showing heavy precipitation. That's the first takeaway, heavy precipitation. Then you just got to convert it. What's it going to be? Where's the snowfall? Where's the sleet fall? Where's the freezing rainfall? Unfortunately, it does look like there's going to be a major ice storm component to this, and I think that does include far south Arkansas. The US 82 corridor, Texarkana to Lake Village. I'd start making ice storm preparations right now and hope that most of it is sleet. But there's going to be a zone of ice somewhere, and if it's not in south Arkansas, it's going to be in northern Louisiana. North of that zone, there's going to be very heavy snow. There is going to be potential for some 8+ inch amounts. Even though we can't give you a good, accurate forecast on where those heavy snow totals are going to be, there is going to be that chance. It's going to get very, very cold. I mean, expect at least 72 hours below freezing Friday to Monday, maybe Friday to Tuesday. So make your cold weather preparations now. I think this is just going to be one of those storms that we remember for a very, very long time. And I don't say that often, but I just want you to make your preparations. So do yourself a favor, download the Arkansas Weather Network app. If you've got time, give our partners at Airmasters a call. You see these temperatures that are coming up. You need to make sure your heating systems are working because the infrastructure has not fared well the last few years with temperatures like this, and we've had busted pipes all over the place. Make sure your heating is taken care of. Give Airmasters a call. Probably seeing single-digit lows on Monday across a large part of the state. All right, we'll have more updates today, and in the week ahead, a major storm is headed for us this weekend.